guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom with 7 kiddos. I wanted to do a video today on something that I get asked personally quite a bit. I have been asked this probably since, child, I don't know, 3 or 4 maybe. And then it's just kind of got progressively more so as I have had more kids. It is how do I find time for myself? And as far as like, as it relates to self-care, just kind of like me time. And I'm going to just kind of list some things which you may relate to some of this, and some of this you might say you're crazy because that's still not enough me time. And I just wanted to be honest and say kind of what I do and what I feel is necessary for me and right for me as it pertains to me time or self-care. So let me kind of preface this by saying that I do not require, if require is the right word, a lot of me time. I take my responsibility as a mother, as a wife, I take that job and that title very seriously. And I hope to be this busy because I love being busy as it relates to my kids and my family, because I don't feel like that is wasted time. I feel like that is time well used and well served and has a purpose. I do not feel like a lot of me time is necessary in my life right now. My job and my duty right now is to school these kiddos, teach these kiddos, spend time with these kids and my husband. My family in general. There's so much me time that is talked about as being stay-at-home moms. I remember dropping my kids off, or my kid at preschool, and maybe parents of 1 or 2 children who didn't have other kids at home, and they would be in the workout clothes and go work out and all of that. That is totally fine. You don't have any other kids at home to worry about. You take all the me time and all the time that you want for yourself during those 4 hours of preschool. For me, I never felt like that was something that I craved, and I still don't feel like that is something that I crave a lot of. I will tell you, this is kind of the main point of this, that these are the things that I do for myself to kind of fill my cup, to have my time, and this is what I consider enough time for me. The first thing I do every night, and I mean from the day that I get home with the hospital after giving birth, taking a shower or a bath. I do not go to bed, no matter if we get into an Airbnb at 2 a.m, I'm taking a shower. And my husband can vouch for that, because I don't even care what time it is. I'm taking a shower, or not a bath, but I am taking a shower. But when I am home, no matter what time it is, before I go to bed, I will always take a shower. It cleans you, obviously, but it just clears my mind. I feel cleaner. I feel relaxed. That is a huge, huge thing. So if this is something where you take showers in the morning and that refreshes you for the morning, for the day, then that's fine. I used to be a morning shower person also, but then as time went on, I was like, oh my gosh, like all the stuff that I do during the day, I cannot go to bed dirty, for one. But also just the relaxation. When I am pregnant, I also do that. Make sure to take a little bit more time to do that, sit in the bath, relax. And that helps tremendously. Like just going and showering or taking a bath in the evening, every single evening, regardless of the situation, I do that. And that helps me tremendously. That gives me the energy and the like calmness to continue on with bedtime and all of that. Sometimes the kids are already in bed and I take it late. I take a shower late. That's totally fine. I just get it done before bed. Another thing that I do when the kids are in bed, that is, or when they start going to bed, they're not necessarily asleep, but when they go to bed, that is kind of my time where I try, unless I have groceries, unless I have editing, unless I have, things like that. I try, that's when I do my little browsing on social media and, kind of sometimes get lost in that rabbit hole of Instagram stories and people I don't know and YouTube, just catching up on YouTube videos and of people that I've missed, throughout the day. That is like my catch-up time, because the last thing that I want is for myself to be like so consumed throughout the day with all of that stuff. And then at the end of the day, feel like, where did my day go? Like, what did I accomplish today? So I do that for the most part. Now, during naps or nap time, I only have one kid that really naps unless they fall asleep on the couch. That is also me time sometimes. My older kids might be doing something, and my other kids might be playing on the electronics. And that is when I can kind of get stuff done. And I also consider me time just having quiet time to sit and do my grocery order. This is where a lot of people might differ with me, because that is my me time. If it's quiet time and I can get stuff done, that is what I consider me time. And that is where I can get my stuff done and I don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing at that specific time. Also, I do a lot of things at home. I will do, unless I'm going somewhere like super, super fancy, which never really happens, but I will do my nails at home. I am not a big, I don't go to the salon. My hair is always pretty much the same. I straighten it myself. I don't cut my own hair, but I don't go to like a salon, a fancy salon. I go to like Great Clips. Like, it's very just basic for me. But I will do nails at home, artificial nails I can do at home. All of that stuff I can do at home. And so I don't feel the need to spend money on these things and go these places and when I can do them at home. But also I can do this after my kids are in bed, and that is what I consider my self-care in that area. Something else that I do during nap time, or if my kids are busy doing other things or watching TV or, whatever, I will go and sit out on the patio, on the porch outside, and just sit. Literally having 10, 15 minutes or longer if you want, that to just go outside. That is self-care for me. And the difference, I think, with me and a lot of other people is that sometimes my self-care does not necessarily include by myself. People always say, what do you do for your alone time and for your time to yourself and all of this? I am perfectly content being outside, drawing chalk with my toddlers. Like, that to me, I am outside in the fresh air. It's calm, it's quiet. I'm having one-on-one time maybe. I consider that my definition of self-care. Having a breather and taking a breather from the chaos and the craziness of my everyday life, from running from activity to grocery pickup to Target pickup to, just everything under the sun. That is my self-care. being able to take a breather. So self-care does not always mean going by yourself and being by yourself and doing everything alone. To me, that's kind of lonely. Like I don't know. I guess maybe that's just the season in my life. I feel like these are my little kids. Like I want to be around them. I'm here. I'm staying at home because I want to be around them, not because I want to go and do other things by myself. But the little things, showering, in the evening and having that time after bedtime or, after the kids are in bed, that is enough for me. So your definition of self-care and my definition of self-care could be very well two completely different things. And that is okay. And I feel like people need to understand that everybody's definition and everybody's way of feeling refreshed and, filling their cup and being able to continue throughout the day by having these little things here and there that you can do to kind of like regroup with yourself. It's all going to be different. They don't have to be the same. So, when people ask me this and they're kind of surprised where I'm like, I don't require that much. I don't know. I'm not very high maintenance in that regard. And that is okay if you are, if you have to do, if you have to go to the nail salon every 2 weeks, if you have to do go to the hair salon every, so many weeks, that's fine. Because as long as you are happy and you feel like you are taking care of yourself, then that's all that matters, right? So I wanted to just kind of, because I get asked that so many times and I feel bad saying, well, I don't really do too much, but it's not because it's not because I don't have the time. I mean, yes, our lives are so busy and so crazy, but that is what I thrive on. And that is what keeps me going daily. And it is my happy place. And so it's not a bad thing that I don't do all these things all the time for myself because I don't feel like I have to. Also, something else that I was going to mention too that, that keeps me going is our trips that we take. That is a huge refresher. We can go on a trip and I come back and I feel like, okay, I'm ready to tackle the next couple months or few months or whatever until we go on another trip. Like it gives me a refresher. It is a kind of a new start when I come home and kind of clears my brain. Being out in the mountains, in nature is exactly what I need. And I don't want to be by myself going on a trip. Like I want to be with my family. So that in itself is something that I do regularly to keep up with my mental wellness, my mental health, and it doesn't involve anything by myself. It involves my family. So like I said, to each their own. Everybody's definition of self-care is different. Everybody's need for self-care is different. Everybody's just what they feel like they need and what they feel like they have to have in order to keep going day to day is different for everyone. So that was kind of a long-winded video, but I hope I kind of get the message across that when people say that they don't do much for themselves, it's not because they don't want to, they just don't necessarily need it. So anyway, if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, or anything, let me know down below, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.